Well, a warm welcome to the UxbridgeFM History Show. And as usual, Ken Pearce is here with another story. And this one is entitled The Rapid Rise of North Hillingdon. When you're ready, Ken.
For centuries, Long Lane in Hillingdon was a narrow country lane, bordered by farms, fields and trees. But in the reign of Queen Victoria, the land on both sides passed into the ownership of Lord Hillingdon. He was the head of a wealthy family of bankers and lived in a large house in Vine Lane, which is now incidentally the American Community School. The main pastime of Lord Hillingdon and his family was shooting game. And so they had gradually been buying up land and farms that became available on the eastern side of their estate. By the year 1900, they owned an enormous area of over 3,100 acres, which stretched from Vine Lane all the way to Northolt and Yedding. A glimpse of their success can be judged by this report in our local paper in November 1909. Lord Hillingdon and a party of friends went on a day shoot and bagged 1,358 pheasants. The second Baron Hillingdon died in 1919, and the family then decided to sell the whole of that vast estate. The sale took place in May 1920 and resulted in the whole area being split into a large number of different lots, and that heralded an immense change. Some building was soon taking place and was encouraged by the opening of Hillingdon Station on the Metropolitan line in December 1923. The first areas to see housing development were Vine Lane and Sweetcroft Lane. That's on the western side of this enormous estate, of course. But soon, land on the east side of Long Lane was changing too. Churches had opened by 1933, All Saints Church of England, Hillingdon Park Baptist Church, and Long Lane Methodist. Two parades of shops, not far from the station, were ready in 1925 and 1932. Initially, there weren't many children living there at all, and a school was held in the Methodist Church Hall. But of course, the opening of Oak Farm School solved that problem. By 1934, Long Lane was declared a major road, and the Middlesex County Council agreed to widen and surface the road the whole way from the Uxbridge Road to Ickenham. In 1933, Piccadilly line trains began to run through the station there as well, alongside the Metropolitan ones. And meanwhile, the Western Avenue, now the A40, had reached Long Lane from London, and a roundabout named Hillingdon Circus was constructed to enable that new highway to be extended further westward. It had reached Denham by 1939. A large public house called the Golden Lion opened near that roundabout. Developers who had bought open land near Lord Hillingdon's house planned to lay it out as a golf course, but that idea failed. Instead, Uxbridge Council purchased the site and it became a public recreation ground called Hillingdon Park Court. or was it Hillingdon Court Park? Sorry, in 1928. In other words, in less than 20 years, a great transformation had taken place. A stretch of Middlesex countryside had become a London suburb, with hundreds of people and hundreds of houses.
Thanks, Ken. And that is a lot of pheasants.